Today we're gonna start using fish to power our entire base. Of course I'm kidding. We're just gonna start burning fuel underwater. Hello everyone, I'm Kibitz and welcome back to Satisfactory. Where last time we did this. We constructed our factory's main super train station. An incredible masterpiece with 16 different train stops, each with a train that can have 11 freight cars on it. And using our new loop system that we developed last time, our throughput is gonna be perfect and our tracks are going to be spicy. And everything almost works perfectly. Except for like just a handful of problems. Number one is we don't have any of the belt work done for the entire station, so that's gonna be fun. Then the second issue is we need trains to be able to loop back to their stations properly. So we have an oil train that takes the right track and it goes out to the oil fields over there and it comes back on the left track. But then the station for all the oil and that train is facing in this direction. So we need to have the trains able to loop back in a pretty efficient manner. And we have to do that on both sides of the stations. And then issue number 3 is our power grid can't even support our train network. Because like the 50,000 trains in here, that's a lot of power just on its own. But then in each of the train stops, there's like a sub-network of trains, which just blows our grid out of the water. Well, that's okay because we're gonna figure out everything today and it's all gonna be fine. Maybe, hopefully, I don't know. All I really know is that if you enjoy, remember to leave a like. But one thing at a time here, and first off, I am shocked by your guys' response to my question last time. And I was asking you guys what we should name all of these train stations. And surprise, I was expecting a million different answers like name this one Bob, name this one Unicorn, name this one Bob the Unicorn, and stuff like that. But no, you guys were like, Kibitz, that's a lot of train stations. Like there are almost 20 here. And maybe you should name the train stations based on the items they're bringing in. And I was just shocked. A mature and logical answer to this issue? My goodness, color me impressed. However, I am nowhere near as mature as you guys. So we're gonna kind of meet in the middle here. For example here, our oil train could be called Oilerino Cappuccino. So it's a little bit of goofy, and it also tells us that it brings in oil related products. It actually brings in rubber, but whatever. But yeah, we can kind of have names like this, and they'll work out pretty well. And I'm sure future Kibs will really appreciate it. And also, that kind of gets something right off the list. Now we're empowered to continue forward and figure out all of our other supermassive problems here. Number 1 being the unloading of everything. So we got a ton of train freight car places here, and now we have to bring them all around our factory. And I think there's only one real option. We have to warehouse everything underneath the train platforms. So underneath here, we'll make a floor and we'll have just bins on bins everywhere to store things. And then I guess we have to make some kind of like super spine back there and then bring all of the items over to our warehousing area over there. All right, it is a monumental task, but I'm ready to rock and roll. So number 1, can a bin fit right over here? That's a yes. Can we fit 2 bins? That's a double yes. Is this literally the perfect amount of space? Triple yes. First guess, why not? We got it. Ooh, but there's a cliff right here. Can we build over this cliff? Is it gonna be possible? Do we hit the Hail Mary right off the bat? Oh my gosh. Technically we did? Well, pretty much. It gets a little rocky, little bit bumpy over here, but pretty much this is gonna work out. Then it's time for the area actions mod. So we select you, and we're gonna fill you out like, gosh, what could it possibly be? 80? 80 tiles that way? Sure. And then like 19 in the other direction? Maybe. And we got pretty close. Just an extra 4 tiles to the left here. That means we're good. And lengthwise, we overshot it by 4 tiles, actually. So we're short 4 tiles and we overshot 4 tiles. What a twist. But not too bad either. All right. Well, there is our warehousing floor. Cool. Saves me a little bit of time instead of having to build all of these by hand, and it gives me more time to do the actual belt work here. But it shouldn't be too bad either, because although we have a double-decker train station, check this out, all of the outputs can line up right here to go down to the warehousing floor. So that won't even be a problem. Just a lot of belts like this, and oh no. Oh no. No! And just a tiny bit of annoyance. And by tiny bit, I mean a pretty extreme bit, because for every single one, we're gonna have to dip out like this just a tiny, tiny bit so that the elevator can go down. Okay. Little annoying, but it'll work. And then not only that, ooh, the output for the train stations down here is in the exact same place. Huh, things just got extra spicy. But we've dealt with worse. I think we could just bring that out to there. We delete the platform, delete that so it doesn't look too bad. Hook up this to there and bring her on down. Oh yeah, that's good. And then you out to here, and you can be directly behind. Oh, I know you can. Yes, you absolutely can. Cool. But now, of course, we gotta make things more complicated. I would really, really like it if we could add in a walkway here. Or more specifically, right beside these train stations. Just because I don't like seeing the side right there, and it's kinda nice to have a walkway. So we'd have the walkways, apparently in our dreams. Why doesn't that just work? It doesn't even make sense. Why can I build this platform, but I can't build the walkway? What? Oh wait, I know. The empty platforms and the train stations themselves have a different hitbox than the, what's it called? Freight platforms. And that's why we can build the foundations on the freight platforms along with the walkways. Okay, there we go. All hope is not lost. But now the hyper meme, can we fit the two elevators and the walkway in the same spot? So this would go to about there. You would go down. Huh, that's already looking like a negative Ghost Rider. But there gotta be like some way I can figure this out. Oh, wait, whoa, what? Hold up, did that just work? I think that just worked. And then we could have the little walkway just in front. Perfect. Wow. Well, that's gonna look amazing then. Perfect. Just have to do that like 30,000 times. But thank goodness that works though, or else the entire middle of this train station would just be kind of like an open pit, and adding in this walkway will make it look a million times better when we're looking at it from above. All right though, but then back down in the warehouse, we just have a large storage container, probably two stacked up on top of each other, and then we just hook everything up that way. And thankfully, since we have the belts visible from down here, we can just go like this, go like that, everything hooks up pretty easily, right? Come on, there we go, right. And you come down here, brother, and into your bin. Very nice. Oh boy, and after many, many hours, the warehouse is complete. Oh my goodness, the amount of belt work involved. So many little twists and turns, oh, but it's done. It's all done. Well, almost all done. So what I ended up doing was I just have all of the bins kind of directed over to this side. We're gonna have like item elevators and stuff like that. They're not very organized, and it's all pretty confusing. So by the time we actually start using this, it's gonna be a little complicated. Like this half of the base is pretty much gonna look like a computer's heatsink. And honestly, that's really hard to describe, so here's a picture of that. But also just imagine a bunch of belts going up and down in between the little crevices. Yeah. And after they kind of move on up, then they'll go over top of the train station, kind of boxing it in. And at that point, I'll organize everything into where it needs to go and do all of that kind of nonsense. Because honestly, we don't really have a lot of space behind the base here. It's pretty compact. But on a good note, everything is looking good still, so that's all cool. And also design-wise, once we get all the walls in, we have our lizard doggo pen and our hub right over there. So I'm thinking we could have all of that covered in those big skyscraper windows. And then once we box in the rest of the train stations, it'll look like a factory, except with trains and nothing being produced. But it'll look cool, trust me. But we'll get to that later, maybe on one of our Twitch live streams. Right now though, that was only kind of like the first problem on our list, and we gotta get moving and grooving. So, Proberino number 2 is we need to have the trains be able to loop back in these junction points here. So it's not a tedious problem, but it's complicated. We don't have a lot of space on this side, and even less space on the other side over there. So it's gonna be interesting. But quick overview, what we're trying to do in a nutshell is just make it so the trains that stop in stations to the right or to the left are able to go back into their outbound lane again. So we did a temporary setup over here. So after the trains leave their stations again, I just made a simple loop, and that loops this train back on the outbound line, and that goes to the oil fields, and the whole system restarts. And now it's just mixing the loop here with the crazy track merge-a-madoo. And yeah, like I said, we don't have a lot of space because we have our first turnoff like immediately after the merge pretty much. So I honestly don't really know what to do. I guess number one, just looking at this, is we can move everything back. Like that'll save us about 3 or 4 tiles-ish. Okay, so that's a good start to things, but now to add in the loops here. And you know what? I think I have a pretty good idea. And that is, instead of adding loops, why don't we just have one kind of loop? Like a train roundabout or something. So directly after all the tracks merge up, they're gonna churn as tightly as they can. And then at this point, the tracks will simply connect. And also, we'll break them off to join the main outbound line here. Ooh. Or at least that's the plan. It's gonna be easier said than done though. But if we mess with just the right angles, it just might be possible. And by just might be, I mean it pretty much is. Okay, and now you go to here. Well, 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 well. I think we've done it. All right. Well, that looks extremely weird. It kind of looks like a Metroid or something. Actually, you know what? Looking at things, it kind of looks like a bean. And also, does it have to look like a bean? Like, if we're able to have this straight curve through here, I don't see why we can't make it even on the other side too. So let us not anger the train gods. Let's try and de-bean our loop here. Oh man, well I almost de-beaned things here, but we kind of got stuck. We have this tiny little distance that's too small for a rail track to go through. Or at least it would be if we're playing in vanilla. But, you know, old Mr. Kib's gonna break out the Chronos mod here. And with the Chronos mod, we can disable build restrictions. This allows us to do anything and break the physics of the game itself. Distances too short? Pshaw. We laugh at those. Inclines too steep? Ridiculous. No such thing. Literally. But yep, with the help of that mod, we are all good. Now, I think this is kind of on like a weird angle. Is that just me? Kinda is. Kinda hard to notice as well. Well, you know what? We have the Chronos mod active, so let's just try and fix things a little bit here. Should be pretty easy. And by morning, everything's gonna be looking spicy. Okay, well, with the Chronos mod, everything was easy. And we have our beautiful little square about? It's kind of rounded square about. It works, it's like a roundabout pretty much. So now all the trains can turn around after they merge together, and everything should just work. So train, it is time to test the loop. Wait a second. No. There's a problem. You see, there's no spicy junction thing. like a control switch. They're supposed to be here, but it's not. What seems to be the problem? You see, now there's one there, but now there's not one here. Hold up. We do this, but that's not working yet. How very peculiar. Let's keep switching things up. Eventually it'll appear. I'm pretty sure if that doesn't appear, the train won't be able to like pathfind through the junction. There we go. Yeah. But there's also no junction points here. Questions. Let's just try it out. Maybe it will just work. Who knows? All right, well, let's just YOLO it. We're gonna try and drive there ourselves and just see what happens. Maybe at some point we're just gonna abruptly stop. Okay, well, I think I found the problem. You see, bending the forces of reality may help in the moment, but in the long term, there is only darkness. All right, then train, you're gonna park back here in Fristad for a little bit. We're gonna fix this. Okay, so you go to there. The junction now appears. This should just work. Come on. Oh my gosh, it actually did just work. The dream. Oh my god, oh no, the autopilot works, but I still don't trust it. I'm spooked. Train, just no explosions, no going the wrong way. This loop is gonna be the death of us. All right. Okay, this might be fine. Hold up. Yeah, because it's going back to, its prime station, its unloading station. Okay, now this please work too. Okay, that worked. Junctions are living. The only issue that could still arise is when this train docks, it's gonna be like, yo, what the heck? But so long as that doesn't happen, GG. Wait, what? Where's it going? Wait, oh, this is going to Twitch Station. Oh, in Oyorino Cappuccino, this is actually supposed to be Partner Station. This is for the partner network we made. Okay, we'll just have our other oil train go to Oyorino Cappuccino. This one though, it is going to Twitch Station LLP. It looks like we're moving, looks like we're grooving. All right, cool. And again, there's only gonna be an issue once we dock at the other station. It's the only other place. Or not, because, oh, we're going to the unloading station again. Okay, the actual correct unloading station. So yeah, we still might have an issue here. Oh God, this is so nerve-wracking once it comes to a complete stop. Either blinky light of doom, or we actually have a working train. Please? Suffering. Okay, well, we know how to solve the problem, so we're gonna keep the autopilot on, and I'll fiddle with this until the train actually starts moving here. It might be the same issue where one of these might be backwards. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's happening. It's happening. So much fiddling around. There's one of the things missing over there, but we have all the arrows set. Train is moving. Things are grooving. The system is alive. Oh yes, look at all of the red tape we're just flying through. The train knows where it's going. Finally. Oh man, but we still have one more problem, potential problem. It's when the train docks at the other station now. We still might run into all the same issues we just did. So hopefully, it docks at the oil station and then just scoots back home. Praise be the train gods, holy be thy rails. Let this system work and do not send us into peril. Praise be the train god. Oh my God. Oh my train god. It works. It finally works. We did it. We just enter the Great Loop Square thing. And we just turn out where we need to turn out. Of course we do. Oh my God, and we're fine. We did it, we actually did it. Oh my, I had to see it to actually believe it. But the system works, we're all good. All right, autopilot off. You will just stop here, my dude. And now all we have to do is copy the same design on the other side of the station. And now that I've worked out all the kinks, it shouldn't take too long at all. Only thing is, due to space constraints, we'll probably build the system facing in that direction, because there's kind of a giant rock there and that would ruin everything. But yeah, it'll work exactly the same still. Okay, so the new loop is built, and guess what? It's working. Man, I have to say, this is super important if you want to build a system like this, but be so mindful of the direction you're building to make sure all of the little, like, what are these called? Railroad switch controls get put in, because dang, they are critical to make things work. But yep, things are working. This train's able to get to the other station and back, and I'm sure all of the other trains will be able to go wherever they want as well. So let's turn you off, and that is another thing on the to-do list. Done, checked off, all good. And that brings us to our final issue. Power. Because on a Twitch stream, I finished off the looping system for the entire oil city here. So now the sub trains go to the substation that loads the train line that we just completed. So all of these trains that go to these stations, they're running, they're all good. But it's because of them and our overclocked freedom towers that our power grid is not doing too hot. Once we connect this up, everything goes. What? Everything's moving? Everything's grooving? Our power system broke, oh. Yeah, it's moving and grooving for now, but as you can see, if one other thing turns on, everything explodes. In fact, once these trains actually get to the oil areas, that will start running all of the freedom towers, and then our power is gonna go oof. Oh yeah, we're getting dangerously close, so we have to up our power grid just a little bit. And that means we're gonna be spamming more fuel power plants on our power bean here. That's the name, by the way, it's the power bean, because it kind of looks like a bean. Or maybe like Manhattan, it's like busy, small island, you know what I mean? It's a bean. Ooh. Or we could actually just build over on the other bean. Either or, not sure. Ooh, wait a second. So we'll almost certainly use that island to build more fuel generators, but I wanna check something out here. I saw this really cool post on Reddit on how to build underwater. Pretty spicy, I know. So apparently, what you have to do is you have to get enough height, and what happens is you like, fall through the ocean. So if we fly up high enough and just drop, we'll fall like directly through the water and land on the sea floor. It's really, really weird. You'll see what I mean in a moment. But since we have the Chronos mod and I don't really want to die, we're going to be activating God mode because I don't want the doggos to forget about me. And let's just try this out. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, hopefully we're high enough. Hopefully we have enough speed to break the water barrier, or we're gonna get oofed. Either or, it's gonna be cool. Yeah, yes. Yes. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect that to work. Usually you see something on the internet and it's not real, but we did it. What? So, what does that mean? So, oh gosh, wait, I know what that means. That means like the layer of water is only like a couple meters thick. And now we can just like freely walk around and build, I presume, right? Can we build? Yeah! So now we're gonna be able to burn fuel on the ocean floor. Oh, wait. One quick thing though, before we build even more. This might be out of bounds. So when we disable God mode, we might just die. Apparently not. Okay. So you guys could just do this too. When I went on Reddit, the guy made like a big concrete ramp. So if you made a big enough ramp and just jumped into the water, you can get here and build your own factory. Ain't that sick, eh? All right, well, here we go. All of the fuel is coming to our underwater fuel plants, and we are going to be burning it underwater. Yeah, that's the best way to make power, right? Of course, everything's logical today, no problems at all. And honestly, this is pretty much like the ultimate solution. Like, we have all of this space, all of the water space to fill with power plants now. Like, we're unstoppable. Who cares about the landmass? Who cares about building on the beaches, the islands? When we can just build everything underwater. It's like Rapture from BioShock, except this even makes less sense because we're just burning the fuel. Like, what are we doing? And this time it's not even the mods that are making things weird. Like, you can do this in vanilla if you want. Yes. Yes, you can. And there's smoke in the water. Wait, does that ruin, if there's no air in water, so there can't be air pollution. So, are these green fuel factories? Like, they're not polluting technically? They can't. Like, it's only logical. It all makes sense. And wow, just super quick with this, we're able to increase our power capacity by 7,000 megawatts. Yep, all right, I think our power is solved until nuclear. Anyway though, that is the final thing on our to-do list solved, and I think we are done for today. Super quick before we end things off though, I just want to quickly apologize for the lack of uploads over the last couple weeks. I've just been busy with a lot of things behind the scenes, like hiring an editor, buying a new computer, and a whole lot more. But luckily, all that stuff is wrapping up soon. But if you ever want to know what's going on with me, just follow me on Twitter. I usually tweet out what's going on in my life and if it's affecting videos. Again though, that's gonna be all here for today. So if you guys enjoyed, again, remember to leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one. So have a fantastic rest of your day, and bye-bye.